is in the UK, and we hear how he's bringing Bollywood to the Lowry. But first, Muslims from across Britain are heading to Manchester for a walk for peace and to raise money for charity. It's held every year by the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association. Starting at the Darul Aman Mosque in Hume, the 5-mile walk is aiming to raise £250,000 for UK-based charities. Dr. Imran Khan is the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association's media spokesperson for the North West, and he joins me in the studio now. Good evening.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. How are you? You all right?
Very well, thank you.
Good. So you've been holding walks since 1985, haven't you?
Yes.
You haven't been walking ever since, but you know what I mean. So 1985, quite a long time then.
1985 is a long time ago, and it was initially started by the fourth caliph of our community, Hazrat Mirza Tahir Ahmed, and he initiated this walk to raise money for imperial cancer research. And, we obviously started off very, very humbly. A few hundreds of pounds were raised then, but in the last 10 years alone we've raised £1 million.
And this is for a variety of charities, isn't it?
Yeah.
I believe over 90 UK charities.
That's right.
Say.
I mean, we aim to raise money for local British charities across the country, but also we raise money abroad as well. I mean, in 2010 we raised money for cataract operations in Burkina Faso, and we actually gave sight to 230,000 people. So the aim is obviously abroad, but the real focus is British charities actually.
Now, the walk's been taking place up and down the country, but you've chosen Manchester this year?
Yeah, I mean...
Any particular reason?
Well, I mean, I think one thing is that the walk initially started in Surrey in 1985, but we've...
At the Shah Jahan Mosque, wasn't it? Was it near... Is it Shah Jahan Mosque?
It's in Tilford in Surrey where the walk was started, and that's where our headquarters are for conferences. It's called Islamabad, and but that was the
name, I suppose, isn't it?
Yes. But then it's spread. I mean, we had walks in 2010 in Birmingham, and we've been waiting for a long time in Manchester to have it. And we feel that this is the right time to really promote peace within Manchester. I mean, we've recently had a bus campaign to promote 100 years of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association in the UK, promoting 100 years of peace. And as we know, most Muslims promote peace, and we have been exhibiting that throughout the country. All Muslim communities have done that throughout the UK, and we're trying to celebrate that particularly.
Now, other than sort of money and charity support, what else do you hope to achieve from this walk then?
Well, I mean, I think one thing is to really raise this the importance of zakat, which is obligatory charity amongst Muslims, to remind them about this is an obligation on all Muslims to give not only to Muslim charities but also to non-Muslim charities. Secondly, we wish to unite all people of all faiths with this walk. We hope that members of the local communities from all faiths will join us on this walk, because the causes that are locally based as well, we're raising money for local hospitals as well in Manchester. So it's a walk for peace, but it's also a walk because it's aptly timed with the recent horrific murder of drummer Lee Rigby to really promote the true meaning of Islam, which is what our community has been striving to do for the last 100 years in the UK.
Now, is this open to everyone, or is it just specifically the Muslim community?
No, I mean, obviously we've always allowed and encouraged members of other faith groups and communities to join us in the walk, and we've had that in various walks that we've had. So,
and has it been well received over the years?
Oh yes, fantastically. I mean, the media sort of has been slow to pick up on our efforts in initial years, but now we're getting more and more media coverage. I mean, last year we celebrated the Diamond Jubilee with a walk in the Tower of London, and we had the ITV. They gave good attention, television attention and media attention. So,
and how did that come about? Just going back to the Diamond Jubilee.
Well, the Diamond Jubilee, obviously, I mean, we discussed this in a previous show of yours, Stella.
Yes, that's right.
If you remember, we talked about...
You need to remind me.
Yeah, the importance of...
Poor memory.
Well, our community stands for loyalty for the country that you live in, and that's something that the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association is very strong adherent of and promotes, as well as other Muslim communities. And we were celebrating the Diamond Jubilee as British citizens, and we raised £250,000, and that was donated to the Queen to donate to her registered charities in Britain.
And just remind us about the Ahmadiyya community itself, because it's a different group of Muslims within the wider Muslim organizations and setups that we have.
The Ahmadiyya Muslim community was established by a man called Mirza Ghulam Ahmad in India over 100 years ago, and he claimed to be the reformer for the age, not only for Muslims but other faith communities. And his essential sort of mission was to bring Muslims back to the true teachings of Islam, but also to bring other faith communities back to the understanding and the relationship with our Creator, which is the one true God, whether you call it Allah, God, Ilahi in Aramaic, or any language you want. It's the same God of all the religions. So that was his aim, was to unite all faiths.
Right. And finally, Imran, if anyone wants to join you on this peace walk, that's taking place next Sunday, isn't it?
Next Sunday, the 30th of June. If I can plug my Just Giving site, if you don't mind, it's justgiving.com/CWFP13. That's Charity Walk for Peace 13.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us. That's Dr. Imran Khan from the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association. News is coming up next.
The BBC at Glastonbury, alive with music.
Come with us to the greatest music festival in the world.